Welcome, my beautiful Intentional Intention ASMR collective. Today's video is a video where I'm going to be doing another what if. And today's what if video is, what if Greek gods were your gym teacher? So I've got a series of 6 different Greek gods, and we're going to run through them using Midjourney. That is Midjourney as in a artificial intelligence image creator, to find out which would be the best Greek god for you to have in your gym class. So today we're going to start off and we're going to see what kind of cool prompts we can create. So I'll pull it up with Imagine. And we're going to start off with, what would it look like if Hermes, the messenger god, Greek god, was my gym teacher in the late 1980s? And we'll use version 6 prompting. And let's see what Midjourney, an artificial intelligence bot, thinks that Hermes, being a gym teacher, would look like. And I threw in the late 80s just as a little test to make sure that it sees that. And heck, we could run through every decade being different for each Greek god. And that's the beauty of what we're creating, is that we're creating really pretty much anything that we want to create. So I've got 6 in the hopper, and this is the first one. This is, what if Hermes was my gym teacher in the late 80s? And these really are just giving me pictures of what it would look like with Hermes being the gym teacher. So it looks like the lower left hand, number 3, was probably the closest to what I had in my brain. But I was thinking more of like them giving direction, right? So we're going to do a version of 3. And it's going to stop, and it's going to allow me to change the prompt slightly. So let's see. So what would it look like if Hermes, the messenger god, was my gym teacher in the late 1980s? We're going to change that, and we're going to say Hermes, the Greek god, is my gym teacher in the late 1980s and is making me climb a rope. So as I've said before, with artificial intelligence and with this notion of kind of these bots that are out there working and doing these particular jobs, the more succinct that you can be, the better. And you know, I'd be lying if I didn't say that I laid there in bed and I thought, well, what would be a really interesting sort of, you know, what if scenario that I could paint to the tribe? And, you know, I just kind of want to see what happens. I think it would be really interesting and kind of cool to do this. I'm not necessarily a kin or have affinity for Greek gods, but there's something we all kind of know. And so they all now have ropes on them. And they're all handsome fellows. Let's not deny that. But that's kind of what it looks like. So it looks like in this particular case, the prompt is sort of taking over with the whole sort of Greek god, making it almost like a painting type image that it's creating. So again, you know, we'll keep going and see what we can come up with. So the next Greek god that I wanted to use was, I wanted to use Aries. And I'm not going to lead it with the whole Greek god thing. I'm just going to put Aries as my gym teacher, playing dodgeball in the 1970s. And we'll keep the 6.0 prompt since that's kind of new these days. Yeah, it's not very creative. I mean, it's showing a rope, but, I've sort of envisioned almost like a Wonder Years kind of thing where the rope was, somebody was underneath and they were kind of like, go, go, go. I remember in gym class, when I was in gym class in the 80s, was, climbing all the way to the top and sort of either ringing a bell or sort of, having the gym teacher see you, go all the way to the top or whatnot. It was kind of the way you sort of passed the test. You remember tests that you'd have to pass? So this is getting a little bit closer. Let's see. I mean, Aries is the god of war. So let's see. We've got a couple kind of badass dudes here, right? So look at that. Well, that's a kind of a volleyball. Okay, now we are starting to see a little bit of the gym class. Okay, so we see, I mean, this almost looks like a gladiator, which is kind of cool. This guy, I mean, the ball is kind of off from these meaty hands here. But that's kind of what I was thinking about. Like we have this gym floor, almost this basketball floor here. This is actually getting pretty good. So I'm going to redo this one and playing dodgeball in the 1970s. So Aries is my gym teacher playing dodgeball. And he's throwing the ball at me in the 1970s. So I don't know if adding those prompts in about the decades is messing it up or making it better. I was a little surprised by the gladiator outfit, but that's, again, that sort of is that sort of ancient times. I mean, that's not too far removed from it. But the fellow in the lower left-hand corner, I mean, I remember wearing gym shorts that were that short, and we didn't think anything about it. It was just kind of the way it was. And yeah, I got a new idea for the Dex prompt that just popped in my head. But we'll see what this comes up as. Aries is my gym teacher playing dodgeball, and he's throwing the ball at me in the 1970s. And let's see, because, it looks like any of these guys would be a good good gym teacher, I guess, maybe. We'll see. Here we go. Okay, very good. Okay, yeah, so they're all kind of in the same position, Yeah, I don't really know what's happening with these dresses. They're all kind of like, I mean, this is pulling in the Greek part of it, right? I mean, that does look pretty comfortable, to wear. They're all jacked beyond belief. And this guy in gym class even has a gun. So, yeah, we're going to leave that one alone. But definitely getting more more sort of photo-like as we go along. So yeah, let's move on to another one. Here we go. So now I'm going to pull up the Imagine prompt here. Okay, we're going to go with Apollo is my gym teacher. And is making me run laps in the 1960s. And we're going to add in the prompt ultra realistic with versioning 6. So let's see what that happens. Now, Apollo was the god of healing and medicine. And so I don't know if that's going to come into play. I mean, obviously, so even though we've specifically said the 1970s, we're still getting many of the remnants of a Greek god. And this is honestly another opportunity to mention that this artificial intelligence is really more of scraping the web. And so we're seeing not even what intelligence thinks it is, but we're seeing what the web thinks it is, which, we're arguably still at Web 3.0, or just starting it actually at this point. So here we go. This is Apollo as my gym teacher, and he's making me run laps. So I sort of expect to get a little sweaty with this one. And added in the prompt ultra realistic. When I said a few minutes ago that that's what sort of popped in my head, that is what I was referring to. So let's take a look at this. Now, rather than this being the collective here, I can already tell that this is more from a first-person perspective. I mean, both of these backgrounds here, well, even this one too, sort of look like it's maybe an older gym, you know, from the 60s, which again, you know, everything was new at some point, right? You know, hey, handsome fellows, so overdone muscles. I mean, come on, that's not skipping leg day, if you know what I mean. That's getting pretty good. That's getting pretty good. I'm going to change this up a little bit, and we're going to say Apollo's my gym teacher, making me run laps outside around a track, and I'm going to put in the early 1960s. And, you know, like I said before, getting more specific, getting more detailed allows this to get more and more closer to what we're looking for. Now, obviously, being halfway through the video, I don't have much else in mind other than sort of starting it. And that's, you know, again, the beauty of the evolution of ASMR. These what if videos allow me to ramble, and they get my thoughts out, and I sort of, you know, plant myself on the ground. Like this is just me and you know, creating this out of nothing. Could be awesome, could be lame. You know, when I started out, I threw away half the videos I did because I didn't like them. And now I am struggling to find time to create videos. And I often ask myself, you know, do I have energy surrounding what's occurring? And so, you know, as long as people are viewing and commenting on them, I feel like I'm going to create videos. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so now, boy, we are really getting super realistic with this. This is more of a kid here. You know, and again, handsome fellows. Look at this. This is like more like a lithograph. Love the water. Love the reflection. Look at that. That is just amazing. The shadow on this guy. Look at that. That is crazy. And how the background is slightly blurred. So version 6.0 is getting really good. It looks like this guy's running in train tracks. There's half a train track here, you know, but it's more, but I do see the lines. So this is very cool. This is getting a lot closer to, you know, kind of what we were getting at. So let's see. So what else occurs in gym class? So let's go on. I'm going to move on to let's see, the fourth of my 6 gods here. We're going to pull up an Imagine prompt, and I was going to choose Dionysus. Dionysus, as you know, was the god of pleasure and the god of wine. And so wine and working out don't really go together, or maybe they do. Depends on what day you do yoga, I guess. Dionysus is my gym teacher and is trying to convince me to take a shower after class in the late 1950s. Ultra realistic V 6.0. Now the one thing that okay, so we got dinged here. It looks like it's exactly what I was going to say. It looked like maybe it was something that the system didn't want, or nudity or sexualized public figures. Okay. Well, then let's choose something else then. Dionysus is my gym teacher. Scolding. Let's see. Dionysus is my gym teacher who is running a baseball game in the late 1950s. Ultra realistic V6.0. Yeah, so it looks like I think when I put trying to convince me to take a shower, maybe the shower had some nudity stuff involved with it. I don't know. I mean, it seems a little silly, but and the developers that made this, again, this is not just something just created out of nothing. I mean, developers spent many, many hours and probably millions of dollars and working on this, and they want to keep it as pure and I guess non-nude as possible. I was just really honestly thinking about things that I thought were kind of weird in gym class, and I remember being all like, oh God, I have to take a shower with a bunch of dudes. Like, just, it was weird at the time. Now it absolutely is no problem, of course. Okay, so Dionysus, he looks like they're interpreting it as an old man. So we have an old man who looks like he's about ready to get hit with a baseball here. Maybe the 50s is what's sort of throwing it out. They all look like paintings, don't they? That's kind of, even though I said ultra realistic. I think that the 50s is what is throwing it off. So let's see. Dionysus is my gym teacher, who is teaching me how to throw a baseball. And we'll take out the 50s and see. We'll leave ultra realistic, even though, I do think that ultra realistic may be basing it on the background. I mean, look at how nice the sky is, and it'll be really interesting when artificial intelligence does occur, which is way, way down the road, probably not even in our lifetime, but being able to find out what they think is pleasurable, is positive or good. Humans, they all move away from pain and towards pleasure, generally speaking. So looks like we're back to some of the garb here, the old god garb, if you will. And it's looking good. So this is kind of funny. So he's got a baseball in all of his hands. I'm not sure what's happening here. It looks like a rattle, maybe with a baseball, and of course he's talking to someone. Wine, women, and song. That's Dionysus. But these are actually pretty good. I mean, he's maybe an old dude with a beard in these three, but he is ripped, man. I should probably get on his plan, if you will. But yeah, so okay, well, Dionysus is a little bit of a bust. 2 more to go, my friend. Let's see. So Hades, who is the ruler of the Underworld. Hades is kind of where where hell would be or whatnot. So let's see. So I don't even think I got that. So imagine. So I don't know what's happening here. Let's. I'm just going to get rid of all that. There we go. Okay, so Hades, let's see, is my gym teacher and is yelling at me in the 1940s. Ultra realistic V 6.0. Oops. So moving on to the new Greek god, this is Hades. Hades is the ruler of the underworld, like I just mentioned. And sorry about that stumbly bit there. That happens. I hope that you are still in a very relaxed state, and hopefully I'm boring enough that you've fallen asleep now to my voice, since ASMR is a niche within a niche, and I'm a male doing ASMR, and I really hope that you enjoy this. I mean, I do these because I want to create more comfort and relaxation in the world. And truth be told, I actually have got so much from ASMR that it's really important for me to give back. I mean, that's the notion, that's the idea. I mean, I'm certainly not making money off of this, and but I am creating a whole plethora of friends and followers who I really, really enjoy. I mean, this has been such a really great trip. And if you're listening to this already and all this way, why don't you leave me in the comments the reason why you use ASMR. Okay, we are almost done here, actually. This is Hades, and this is the ruler of the underworld who is yelling at me in gym class. So he's pretty ripped. He looks like a fence to me. He's wearing a suit, and he's wearing a suit. So maybe your gym teacher wore a suit, but mine didn't. And this guy is he's just an angry old dude. Yeah. Well, okay. So the 1940s is probably what's making that have them have a suit and that sort of thing. Let's redo this one. And boy, I just wish I was more creative with gym teacher stuff. Gym teacher, and let's say is telling me I have a bad grade. Telling me I am getting a bad grade. And let's see, let's take out that 1940s. I just was kind of trying to go, down the line and add the combination. And sometimes, and you know what's funny? I mean, the reality is Mid-Journey and these AI generated things, they're almost like life in a sense of where you just can't replicate the cool things enough. And it's great to know sort of how to navigate certain things. But the reality is we all have one or two of our greatest hits in life, whether it's a relationship, a business, an app. I mean, I've done all kinds of stuff, but I'm also probably older than you, and that's okay. It is the cycle of life, and things go back and forth between it, and we celebrate each other, and we celebrate those wonderful moments. And those moments in between are the ones that really make it so, because that is life. We only have what we've got. We don't have any more. So it looks like Hades is not going to be a gym teacher here for us, even though he is jacked in like all of these. Nice skeleton face here. That's kind of cool. He's got some big crazy ram thing on his head, and he's a pretty built, svelte fellow. These guys are a little more sensitive on top, and they're serious. They're telling me I have a bad grade. I better shape up, or else I'm going to get in trouble. But yeah, this missed the mark tremendously. So let's keep going. I have one more god, and I'd be remiss if I didn't do Zeus. So we're going to say Zeus is my gym class teacher, and is making me climb a rope. Oh, you know what? I'm going to say it's making me do push-ups. How does he motivate me? Ultra realistic. I just really wanted to end with something good. And so if you're still awake and still watching this, I hope that, we end this in a good manner. But you notice how that comes off as concern? Like it's concern. And I just want what's best for you. And I know that sounds like we haven't met in person and we don't, go do lunch together, but I do feel like I know you in a way. And, this creating something out of nothing with this what if videos, again, I hope that you're getting enjoyment out of this. And even if we aren't personal one-on-one and you're calling me all the time, you are my friend. And you can reach out to me anytime over email or any of the socials that I have, and we'll talk. Don't feel like you're not doing this alone. So this actually understood the prompt not as motivation, but as Zeus, who's represented by this old man with, kind of what people would think of God, big gray hair, gray beard, very buff dude. He obviously, watches what he eats. A few funky little hands here. It's got some big feet up here. But yeah, generally speaking, a very svelte, very built guy. Ultra realistic. Interesting that it would come up with this as painting, and I'm wondering if that has to do with the time that it is. So, what if we did? What if we did this? Who's somebody that we all know? We all know Barack Obama. So let's go ahead and do that. So Barack Obama is my gym teacher, and did I misspell that? Motivate. Oh, I did. Oh, maybe that had something to do with it. Barack Obama is my gym teacher, and he's making me do push-ups. How does he motivate me and make it look ultra realistic? So figured we would end on something that we all know. I mean, we all know the Greek gods, but those are subjective. And it's funny, I actually think that maybe kind of what I was saying before, the ultra realistic as a painting, maybe that's what, Mid-Journey as a bot, that's ultra realistic for them. I mean, as opposed to maybe a cave drawing or a charcoal drawing that you might have seen around that time. So, well, it looks like it's still processing, and I'm kind of out of ideas, actually. In fact, if you're this far into the video and you have an idea for a cool what if, let me know, because I would love to do that. I'd love to honor requests and see your unique trace, swell, pushy, unrigged. Let's do this. Let's redo this one. And I'm going to remove the how does he motivate me. And it's funny, I've never seen it wait to start on that. Something went wrong. Your unique trace is swell, pushy, unrigged. Interesting. I mean, this is truly the way of new communication. When Web 3.0 catches on and we're using digital currency and we're buying things in an instant, it's going to push us to Web 4.0, and then I think that a lot of things are going to be done in things that are descriptive, because it's a human trait. So swell, pushy, unrigged. I mean, those are all, items. So apparently adding. Oh shoot! Did I not? I thought I changed that. Anyway, okay. So there's more of Zeus. I thought I changed it to Barack Obama, but I guess I guess it doesn't want to do that. Listen, thank you so much for making it through this with me. I appreciate you. I love you so much. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel. I hope you have a great 2024, guys. All right. Talk to you soon.